Good day, sir. I'm Jedar and Daniel Bautista from 2CAB, and today I will be presenting my 5 problems from engineering road surveying. So our first problem is problem 275 of simple curve. This problem came from the Basabili book. So let's get started. The length of curve of a single curve having a degree of 4 degrees equal to 210 meter. So the first question is compute the middle ordinate of the curve. Second one is compute the external distance of the curve. Third one is compute the area of the fillet of the curve. So number 1, compute the middle ordinate of the curve. So length of curve over the angle of intersection equals to 20 over degree. So by the way, we are using the arc basis metric system in this problem. So after we substitute the given, the length of curve is given in the question. It is the 210 and the degree is the 4 degree. So after we substitute 210 over the angle of intersection equals to 20 over 4 equals to 42 degrees. So that is our angle of intersection. So now we will get the middle of ordinate. So here is the formula for it. Middle ordinate equals to radius 1 minus cos angle of intersection over 2. So we must get the value of radius or r in this problem. So r equals to 1145.96 over 4. So we are using the formula to get the radius of the arc basis metric system. So the radius is 286.479. So after we substitute this radius to the middle ordinate formula, so middle ordinate is equals to 286.479 1 minus cos 21 degree. So the middle ordinate will be 29.028 meters. So remember, when using metric system, we are using meters. So in number 2, compute the external distance of the curve. So our formula for external distance is E equals to radius sec the angle of intersection over 2 minus 1. So our radius ulit is 286.479 sec 21 degree and minus 1. So makuha natin sagot doon is E equals to 20.340 meters. So for the number 3, compute the area of the fillet of the curve. So hanapin natin is area. So first muna is kunin muna natin yung tangent na formula ay t equals to radius tan 21 degree. So our radius ulit is 286.479 tan 21 degrees and makuha natin sagot is 109.969. So after we get the tangent, we will now get the area. So the formula for the area is A equals to TR by 2 over 2 minus phi r squared theta over 360. So after we substitute the given or the value, we will get the answer of A equals to 1,423.503 meters. After answering the question by arc basis metric system, now we are using the arc basis English system. So let's start. Number 1, compute the middle ordinate of the curve. So again, same process. The length of curve over the angle of intersection equals to 20 over degree. So after we substitute, we will get the value of angle of intersection, which is the 42 degree. So here is the formula for the middle ordinate, but to get the radius, our radius in this problem, we must use the arc basis English system formula to get the radius, which is the r equals to 5,729.58 over the degree, which is our degree is 4. So the answer for our radius is 1,432.395. So after we substitute it to the middle ordinate formula, we will get the answer of 95.139 feet. So remember, we are using now the feet because we are in a English system. So in number 2, again, compute the external distance of the curve. So our formula is external distance, or E equals to R sec angle of intersection over 2 minus 1. So again, after we substitute the given or the value, we will get the answer of 101.700 feet. And now for the number 3, compute the area of the fillet of the curve. So again, tangent distance equals to radius tan 21 degrees. So we will substitute again the value, which is the our radius is 1432.395 tan 21 degrees, and we will get the value of tangent distance, which is the 549.845. So again, we're using the formula for the to get the A. So T, or tangent distance, are by 2 over 2 minus pi r squared theta over 360. So after substituting all the given or the value, we will get the answer of 35,587.585 feet. So after answering this question by arc basis, English, and metric system, we'll try to answer this in a chord basis, metric system, and English system. So this is the first system, which is the metric. So number 1, compute the middle ordinate of the curve. Length of curve over the angle of intersection equals to 20 over degree. So we substitute the value and we will get the same answer, the 42 degrees. So middle ordinate equals to radius 1 minus cos I, or the angle of intersection over 2. So to get the radius in this chord basis metric system, the formula is very different. So this is the formula. Radius equals to 10 over sin degree over 2. So our degree is 4. Substitute that to the formula and we will get the radius, which is the 286.537. So after getting the radius, we will put the radius in the middle ordinate formula and we will get the 19.031 meters. So for the number 2, compute the external distance of the curve. So it's the same formula, which is the E equals to R sec angle of intersection over 2 minus 1. So our radius is nabago na, which is the 286.537. Then the sec 21 degree minus 1. And after that, we will get the answer of 20.344 meters. So for number 3, compute the area of the fillet of the curve. So tangent distance equals to the radius tan 21 degrees. So again, the value of our radius is 286.537, and after computing that, our tangent distance will be 109.991, and we will get now the area, which is the formula is equals to TR by 2 over 2 minus pi r squared theta over 360. So after substituting the value to the formula, we will get the answer of A equals to 1424.004 meters. So we're answering this by chord basis English system. So number 1, compute the middle ordinate of the curve. So again, the length of curve over the angle of intersection equals to 20 over d. So our length of curve is 210, where degrees 4. Substitute that to the formula and we'll get again the answer of 42 degrees. So for the middle ordinate, to get the radius, we're using again a different formula for the English system chord basis. So R, or radius, equals to 50 over sin degree over 2. So what is our degree? Our degree is 4 degrees, and substitute that to the formula and we will get the answer of 1432.685. So after getting the radius, put that to the formula or substitute, and we will get the middle ordinate, which is the 95.158 feet. For the number 2 for English system chord basis, compute the external distance of the curve. So E equals to radius sec angle of intersection over 2 minus 1. So the value of our radius is 1432.685 sec 21 degree minus 1, and we will get the answer of 101.721 feet. So they're using again the feet because of the English system. And for the last number of chord basis English system, the number 3, compute the area of the fillet of the curve. So T equals to R tan 21 degrees. The value of R is 1432.685. So after substituting it to the formula, we will get the answer of 549.956. So to get the area, we have the formula of the A equals to T R by 2 over 2 minus phi R squared theta over 360. So again, after substituting all the needed value, we will get the answer of 35,601.537 feet. So after answering the simple curve problem, we're going to answer now the compound curve problem. Problem 323. This problem came from the Visibilia book again. So let's start. A 6-degree simple curve connects two tangents that intersect at an angle of 42 degrees. If the PC, which is at the station 0 plus 168.15, is to be retained, and a 4-degree curve is to connect the first curve with the second tangent that is shifted 20 meters to parallel position outward, use arc basis. So for the number 1, find the stationing of the old PT. Number 2, find the stationing of the PCC. Number 3, find the stationing of the new PT. So sabi sa problem, we will use the arc basis. So for the number 1, find the stationing of old PT. So we will first find the radius 1. So our formula further is the 1145.916 over the curve. So our first degree is 6. So if you substitute that to the formula, we'll get the answer of radius 1 is equals to 190.986. So for the length of curve, our formula is length of curve equals to radius 1 to the angle of intersection pi over 180 degree. So okay, let's substitute all the value. So our radius is 190.986. Our angle of intersection is 42 degrees and phi over 180, and we'll get the answer of 140 meters. Station of old PT equals to 0 plus 168.15 plus 140. So after we compute that, we will get the answer of station of old PT equals to 0 plus 308.15. So for the number 2 of arc basis metric system, find the stationing of the PCC. So tangent distance equals to 190.986 tan 21 degrees. So if we compute that, we will get the answer of 73.313 meters. So next, BB sin 42 degrees equals to 20. So if we compute that, we'll get the answer again of BB equals to 29.889. So to get the value of tangent distance, 2 is we will add the value of T1 plus BB. So the value of our T1 is 73.313 meters plus the BB, which is the 29.889. So if we add that, we will get the answer of 103.202 meters. So that is our tangent distance 2. And now we will get the value of the alpha or the A. So formula is tan A equals to T or tangent 2 over the radius 1. So our tangent 2 is 103.202 meters over the radius 1, which is the 190.986. So if we compute that, we will get the answer of alpha equals to 33.95 degrees. So the next one is the OB. So cos 33.95 degree equals to R1 over OB. So finding OB, so the OB must be outside of the equation. So OB equals to 190.986 over cos 33.95 degrees. So if we compute that, we will get the answer of 230.235. So next one is the radius 2. So again, we are using the formula of getting the radius using the arc basis metric system, and it is the 1145.916 over the degree 2. So our degree 2 is 4. It is given in the problem. So if we compute that, we will get the answer of 286.479 as our radius 2. So GC equals to radius 1 plus 20. So our radius 1 is 190.986. So if we substitute that to the formula, we will get the answer of 210.986 for the GC. For the OG equals to radius 2 minus GC. So the value of our R2 is 286.479, and for the GC is 210.986. So if we minus them, we'll get the answer of 75.493. So for the OO, our formula is R2 minus R1, which is our radius 1 and radius 2. So our radius 2 is 286.479 minus the R1, which is the 190.986. So if we minus again them, we will get the answer of 95.492. For the empty set, our formula is cos empty set equals to OG over OO. So our value of OG is 75.493 over 95.493. So if we divide them, we get the answer of 37 degree 45 minutes and 43.46 seconds. And for the B or beta, we will minus the I or the angle of intersection minus the empty set, which is the 42 degree minus 37 degree 45 minutes 43 and 46 seconds. And if we minus them, we will get the answer of 4 degrees 14 minutes and 16.54 seconds. And for the line of curve 1, we'll have the formula of line of curve 1 equals to radius 1 beta pi over 180. So substitute the value. Radius 1 equals to 190.986. The beta is 4 degree 14 minutes 16 and 54 seconds, and pi over 180, and we will get the answer of 14.161 meters. So stationing of PCC equals to 0 plus 168.15 plus the LC1 natin, which is the 14.161, and we will get the answer of 0 plus 182.311 as the station of PCC. And so for the number 3, find the stationing of the new PT. Our formula is LC2 or the line of curve 2 equals to radius 2 empty set pi over 180. So again, substitute the value. So our radius 2 is 286.479, and empty set is 37 degree 45 minutes 43.46 seconds, pi over 180 degrees. So if we compute that, we will get the answer of 188.810 meters. So for the station of new PT equals to 0 plus 182.311 plus the LC2 or the 188.810, and we will get the answer of station of new PT equals to 0 plus 371.121. So we are using now the ArcBasis English system in answering this question. So first, find the stationing of all PT. We will use the formula to get the radius of ArcBasis English system, which is the R1 equals to 5,729.58 over the degree 1. So substitute the degree, which is 6, and divide them, and we will get the answer of 954.93 feet. So remember, we are using now again the feet because we are using English system. So for the length of curve, our formula is LC equals to R1 and the angle of intersection pi over 180. Again, substitute the given the value. Our radius is 954.93. Our angle of intersection is 42 degrees, and the phi over 180 degrees equals to 700 feet. So for the stationing of old PT equals to 0 plus 168.15 plus the LC or the 700, we will get the answer of station of old PT equals to 0 plus 868.15. So for the tangent distance is T1 equals to 954.93 tan 21 degrees. So if we compute that, we will get the answer of 366.563 feet. So for the BB sin 42 degree over 20, we will get the same answer, which is the 29.889. So for the tangent distance 2, the formula is T1 plus the VB. So our T1 is 366.563 plus the 889. So if we add them, we will get the answer of 396.452 feet. So in getting the alpha now, we are using the tan A equals to tangent distance 2 over the radius 1. So substitute again to the value, and if we divide them, we will get the answer of alpha or A equals to 24 degree 54.59 minutes. So for the OB, cos 24 degree 54.59 minutes, which is our A. So equals to radius 1 over the OB. So si OB ang hinahanap, bale siya ilalabas natin. Di bale magiging OB equals to 954.93, which is our radius 1 over the cos 24 degree 54.59 minutes, and we compute them, we will get the answer of 1052.933. And so for the R2 or the radius 2, again the formula is different because we are using the English system ArcBasis. 5,729.58 over the degree 2, which is 4. So if we divide them, we will get the answer of 1,432.395. And for the GC equals to R1 plus 20, and R1 is 954.93 plus 20 is equals to 974.93, and that's the value of our GC. And for the OG formula is equals to R2 minus GC, which is our radius 2 is 1,432.395 minus the GC, which is the 974.93. So if we minus them, we will get the answer of 457.465. And for the OO is the radius 2 minus the radius 1, and we will substitute the value, and we will get the 477.465. So for the empty set, cos empty set equals to OG and the value of OO. So again, substitute the value, and we will get the answer of 16 degree 38 minutes 31.76 seconds. And for the beta or the B is angle of intersection minus the empty set. Again, the value of them is 42 degree minus the 16 degree, 38 minutes and 31.76 seconds. And we will get the answer of 25 degree, 21 minutes and 28.24 seconds. And for the length of curve 1 is length of curve 1 equals to R1 beta pi over 180. So again, substitute the value, and after we compute that, we will get the answer of 422.631 feet. And for the station of PCC is 0 plus 168.15 plus the LC1, which is the 422.631 feet. So if we add them, compute them, station of PCC is B equals to 0 plus 590.781. And for the number 3, find the stationing of the new PT. So LC2 or the length of curve 2 is equals to radius 2 empty set pi over 180. Again, substitute the given value, and after computing that, we will get the answer of 416.054 feet. So for the stationing of mu PT is equals to 0 plus 590.781 plus the LC2 or the length of curve 2, which is 416.054, and we'll get the answer of station of mu PT is equals to 0 plus 1006.835. And now we are using the chord basis metric system. So find the stationing of all PT. So again, if we are using different system, we are using different formula to get the radius, which is the radius 1 equals to 10 over sin degree over 2. So again, substitute the value of the degree, which is 6, and we will get the answer of radius 1 equals to 191.073 meters. So for the length of curve, R1 equals LC equals to R1 angle of intersection pi over 180 degree. To substitute the value, hindi ko na po isa-isahin, pero kaya na po, nasa illustration na. So after we compute that, we will get the value of length of curve equals to 140.064 meters. And for the station of old PT is station of old PT equals to 0 plus 168.15 plus the 140.064 or the length of curve na na-compute natin kanina. And which is, pag pinag-plus, ma-compute natin is station of old PT equals to 0 plus 308.214. And so for number 2, find the stationing of the PCC. Again, the tangent distance is equals to 191.073 tan 21 degree, or our radius 1. And if we compute that, we'll get the answer of 73.346 meters. So, ang ating DB ay hindi nababago palagi ang value, which is lagi siya nag-stay ng 29.889. So, diretso na sa tangent distance 2, or the T2 equals to T1 plus the VB. So, again, the value of our T1 is 73.346 plus the 29.889 ng BB. So, if we add them, we will get the answer of 102.889 meters. And now we are going to compute the alpha or the A. So tan A equals to T2 over the R1. So the tangent distance 2, which is the 102.889 meters, and the radius 1, which is the 191.073. And if after we compute that, after we divide, we will get the answer of 32 degree 18.53 minutes. And for the OB, cos 32 degrees 18.53 minutes, which is our A or the alpha, is equals to radius 1 over the OB. So again, OB ulit yung hinahanap. Bale, gagawin natin is ilalabas natin si OB. After mailabas si OB, magiging itsura ng formula natin is OB equals to R1 or the 191.073 over the cos A, or the 32 degree 18.53 minutes. And after we compute that, we will get the answer of the 226.074 or the OB. So for the radius 2 again, gagamit ulit tayo ng panibagong formula, which is yung nasa chord basis metric system na R2 equals to 10 over sin degree over 2. So ating degree is 4. And after we compute that, we'll get the answer of radius 2 equals to 286.537 m. So that's it. And for the GC equals to R1 radius 1 plus 20. Our value of radius 1 is 191.073 plus 20. After we add them, we will get the value of 211.073 as the value of GC. So for the OG equals to R2, or the radius 2 minus the value of GC. So again, substitute the given. R2 is equals to 286.537 minus the value of GC, which is 211.073. So after computing that, we will get the answer of 75.464. And for the OO is minus the value of radius 2 and the radius 1, which is the 286.537 minus the 191.073. And after minusing them, we will get the answer of 95.464. And for the empty set, divide cos empty set equals to the value of OG and value of OO. And after we divide them, we get the value of 37 degree 46 minutes and 4.89 seconds. And now we're going to get the beta or the B. So I minus the empty set. So 42 degree minus 37 degree 46 minutes 4.89 seconds, and it is equals to 4 degree 13 minutes 55.11 seconds, and that is the value of our B. And for the LC1 is radius 1 beta pi over 180. So again, we will substitute the value. The radius 1 is 191.73, and the beta, the 4 degree 13 minutes 55.11 seconds, pi over 180 degrees. And we will get the answer of 14.113 meters. And for the stationing of the PCC is equals to 0 plus 168.15 plus 14.113. So after we compute them, we will get the answer of station of PCC is equals to 0 plus 182.263. And for the number 3 of chord basis metric system, find the stationing of the new PT. And now we are getting the LC2, and our formula there is LC2 equals to radius 2 empty set pi over 180. So again, after we substitute the value, the radius 2 is the 286.537, and the empty set is 37 degree 46 minutes 4.89 seconds pi over 180. So if we compute them, we will get the answer of 188.878 meters. So for the station of new PT is 0 plus 182.263 plus the 188.878 or the LC2, and we will get the answer of station of new PT equals to 0 plus 371.141. So now we are using the chord basis English system. So find the stationing of the old PT. So again, we are using a different formula to get the radius. So ang magiging formula natin dito is R1 equals to 50. Naging 50 na kanina, 10. So kasi nag-English system na tayo. Bale, magiging R1 equals to 50 over sin degree over 2. So our degree is 6. So after compute that, we will get the answer of R1 is equals to 955.366 feet. So again, we're using the feet because we are in the English system. So for the LC, again, the formula is radius 1, the angle of intersection or the I, pi over 180. Again, substitute the value. After substituting, compute, and we will get the answer of 700.319 feet. And for the station of old PT is 0 plus 168.15 plus the LC, which is the 700.319, and we will get the value of station of old PT equals to 0 plus 868.469. So for the tangent distance is R1 tan 21 degrees. So the value of R1 is 955.366, and after we substitute that to the formula, we will get the answer of 366.731 feet. And for the BB again, di ulit mababago yung value nito, is mag-station ng 29.889. So diretso na tayo sa T2 or the tangent distance 2 is our formula is T1 plus the BB. So the value of T1 is 366.731 and the same value of BB, which is the 29.889. After we add them, we will get the answer of 396.662 feet. So for the alpha or the tan or the A is we're using the tan A equals to T2 over R1, which is the value of T2 is 396.62 over the R1, which is the 955.366. After we compute them, we'll get the answer of 26.09 degree. For the OB, again, the OB is hinahanap. So, ilalabas ulit natin si OB. Bale, magiging computation na formula natin is OB equals to R1 or the 955.366 over cos 26.09 degree. So, again, after we compute, we will get the answer of 1063.758. And for the radius, we're using again the different formula, which is R2 equals to 50 sin degree over 2. So the degree, I didn't change the degree, but our degree there is number 4. So R2 50 radius 2 equals to 50 over sin 4 over 2. So the R squared R2 or the radius 2 is equals to 1432.685. And for the GC is equals to R1 plus 20. So the value of radius 1 is 955.366. So plus 20, we will get the value of 975.366 for the GC. So for the OG, we will minus the value of radius 2 minus the GC. So it is the 1432.685 minus the 975.366. And after we minus them, we will get the answer of 457.319 as the value of OG. And for the OO is minus the value of radius 2 and the radius 1, which is the 1432.685 and the 955.366, and we will get the value of 477.319. And as for the empty set, our formula is cos empty set equals to value of OG over OO. So substitute the value 457.319 over 477.319. So we will get, after we compute, we will get the answer of empty set equals to 16 degrees 38 minutes 40.99 seconds. And for the B or the beta is I minus the empty set or the 42 degree minus the 16 degree 38 minutes and 40.99 seconds, and we will get the answer of 25 degree 21 minutes 19.01 seconds as the value of our B. And for the length of curve 1 is our formula is LC1 equals to R1 beta pi over 180. Again, substitute the given. After substitute the given, we will compute and we will get the answer of 422.781 feet. And for the station of PCC is 0 plus 168.15 plus the 422.781. And we will get the answer of station of PCC equals to 0 plus 590.931. And for the number 3, for chord basis English system, find the stationing of the new PT. So, gagamitin natin formula is length of curve 2 equals to radius 2 empty set pi over 180. So, again, substitute the given. And after substituting the given, compute and we will get the answer of length of curve 2 equals to 416.202 feet. So, we're using feet. And for the station of new PT is 0 plus 590.931 plus the LC2 or the length of curve 2, which is the 416.202 is equals to the station of new PT equals to 0 plus 1007.133. And now we are solving the reverse curve problem number 337. So let's get started. So two parallel tangents have direction of due east and are 200 meter apart, are connected by a reverse curve having equal radius of 800 meter. The PC of the curve is on the upper tangent while the PT is at the lower tangent. If the horizontal distance parallel to the tangent from the PC to the PT of the reverse curve is 800 meters. So for number 1, compute the distance of intermediate tangent between the curves. Number 2, compute the distance between the centers of the reverse curve. And number 3, compute the stationing of PT if stationing of the PC is 10 plus 0, 20.40. So for number 1, we are using again the arc basis metric system. So compute the distance of the intermediate tangent between the curves. So square root of r squared plus x squared is equals to 400 squared plus 700 squared. So again, substitute the given. 800 squared plus x squared equals to 400 squared plus 700 squared is equals to x equals to 100 meters. So, mamumultiply sila both side ng 2. So, bali magiging 2x equals to 200 meters. Determine the degree of the curve. So, to get the degree, we use the formula for the arc basis metric system. So, d equals to 1145.916 over radius. So, again, substitute the radius. It will be 800. So, 1145.916 over 800 is equals to the degree of 1 degree 25 minutes and 62 seconds. So, for number 2, compute the distance between the centers of the reverse curve. So, distance is equals to 2 square root of r squared plus x squared. So, the value, again, substitute. For the radius, it is the 800. So, after computing it, we'll have the value of 2 multiplied by 806.226, and after multiplying, we'll get the value, the distance value, which is the 1612.452. And for number 3, compute the stationing of the PT if station of the PC is 10 plus 020.40. So, cos beta or B is equals to 700 over 806.226. After computing it, we will get the answer of 52 degree 5.68 minutes. So, again, we're going the theta. Get the theta. So, tan theta equals to 100 over r. So, substitute again the value of the radius, which is the 800. So, it will be tan theta equals to 100 over 80. So, after computing it, you will get the answer of theta is equals to 7.85 minutes. So, to get the angle of intersection is, we'll minus the beta minus the theta. So after minusing it, the value first of beta is 52 degree 5.68 minutes minus the value of theta, which is the 7.85 minutes. After minusing it, we'll get the answer of 44 degree 14 minutes and 40.8 seconds. So now we'll get the value of length of curve, which is the formula is length of curve 1 is equals to radius angular intersection, or I, pi over 180. So again, substitute the given or the value. After substituting it, compute, and you will get the answer of 617.772 meters. And so for the station of PT is equals to 10 plus 020.40 plus the length of curve 1 plus 200 plus the length of curve 1 again. So substitute and try to compute, and you will get the answer of station of PT is equals to 10 plus 1455.944. And now for the arc basis English system. So number 1, compute the distance of the intermediate tangent between the curves. So this part is hindi na mababago kasi wala namang involved na degree or radius. So bale, mababago lang dito yung sa may computation na may degree. So determine the degree of the curve. So to get the degree again, we're using a different formula because we are using a different system, which is the arc basis English system. So the formula for it is d equals to 5,729.578 over the radius. So our radius is 800. After substituting it, compute, and you will get the answer of 7 degree 9 minutes 43.21 seconds. So for number 2 of arc basis English system is hindi na pumabago yung sagot and value kasi hindi po involve yung degree sa problem na ito. So radius lang, and yung radius po naman natin is hindi mababago yung value. So mag-i-stay yung sagot po na D is equals to 1,612.452. So sa number 3 ng arc basis English system, ang involved lang sa problem na to is radius, and hindi po ulit naman mababago yung radius natin, which is 800. Hindi involved na naman ng degree, so mag-i-stay lang po ulit siya sa answer ng station of PT is equals to 10 plus 1,455.944. So we are now in the chord basis metric system. So dito po sa part na to is degree lang po ulit ang mababago, which is the D is equals to 2 sin negative 1 is 10 over R. So after substituting it to the radius, which is the 800, we will get the answer of 1 degree 25 minutes 56 and 75 seconds. So again, hindi po ulit mababago ang chord basis metric system number 2 natin kasi hindi po ulit involved ang degree at radius lang po ang nandito, at hindi naman po nababago yung value ng radius natin, and mag-i-stay lang po ulit siya sa sagot ng distance is equals to 1,612.452. So same rin po siya sa chord basis metric system na radius lang ang kasama sa problem na to, at hindi naman po nababago 800 na yon, at wala ulit degree na kailangan. So mag-stay lang po ulit sa answer na station of P.T or station of PT is equals to 10 plus 1,455.944. So for the chord basis English system, ang mababago lang po ulit is ang value ng degree at formula nito. So determine the degree of the curve. So D is equals to 2 sin negative 1 and 50 over R. So substitute the value of radius, which is the 800, and after you compute it, we will get the answer of distance is equals to 7 degree 9 minutes 59 and 92 seconds. So for the number 2, compute the distance between the centers of the reverse curve. Same lang rin po ulit siya sa mangyayari. hindi po ulit kasama ang degree, so hindi po ulit mababago ang value natin. So mag-stay siya ng degree is equals to 1612.452. So same rin po sa number 3 ng chord basis English system is wala po ulit degree na kailangan sa problem at radius lang ulit, which is di naman po nababago. So mag-stay ulit ang answer ng 3 sa station of PT is equals to 10 plus 1,455.954. So we're gonna answer the spiral curve problem. So spiral curve problem for 20B. So again, this problem came from the best available book. A simple curve having a degree of curve equal to 4 degree and 30 minutes has a central angle of 50 degree and 50 minutes. It is required to replace a simple curve to another curve by connecting a transition curve spiral at each ends by maintaining the radius of the old curve, and the center of the new central curve is moved away by 5 meters from the intersection point. So for number 1, determine the central angle of the new circular curve. Number 2, compute the tangent distance Ts of the spiral curve. Number 3, what is the maximum velocity that a car could pass through the curve without skidding? So, gagamitin muna natin is arc basis metric system for number 1. So, determine the central angle of the new circular curve. So, again, to get the radius or degree, we're going to use the arc basis metric system formula. So, the formula for there is radius is equals to 1145.916 over the 4.5 degree. So if we divide them or compute them, we will get the answer of 254.648. So for the OA is equals to 5 cos 25 degree and 25 minutes. And if we compute them, you will get the answer of 4.516. So for getting the length of curve, so our formula is P, or distance between the parallel tangents, is equals to length of curve squared over 24 radius. So ang hinahanap natin is LC, and meron tayong value ng P. Bale, ilalabas natin ngayon si LC. So bale, magiging computation formula natin is LC squared is equals to P 24R. So substitute the value. After getting the value, you will get the answer of 166.132 meters as the value of length of curve, or LC. So for the SC, our formula is length of curve 180 degree over 2 radius pi. So again, substitute the given. LC is 166.132. Our radius is 254.648. After calculating that, we will get the answer of 18 degree, 41 minutes, 23.44 seconds. So for IC, our formula is angle of intersection minus the SC, which is the 18 degree, 41 minutes, 23.44 seconds S. And for the angle of intersection is 50 degree and 50 minutes. So after calculating that, you'll get the IC. The value of IC is 13 degree, 28 minutes, 13 and 0.12 seconds. So for number 2 ng arc basis metric system, compute the tangent distance TS of the spiral curve. So XC over 4 is equals to P, and P is equals to 4.516. So our formula will be TS is equals to LC over 2 plus RC plus XC over 4 tan angle of intersection over 2. So get the value and substitute. After substituting it will be the TS equals to 166.132 over 2 plus the 254.648, which is the R, or the radius, plus 404.516, and the tan 25 degree and 25 minutes. And after computing it, you will get the answer of TS is equals to 206.219 meters. And for the number 3, what is the maximum velocity that a car could pass through the curve without skidding? So, length of curve is equals to 0.036 b cubed. So, over RC, and get the value and substitute, and it will be 166.132 equals to 0.036 b cubed over the 254.648 na radius. So after computing it, you will get the velocity, which is the 105.527. And we will now answer it by arc basis English system. So number 1, determine the central angle of the new circular curve. So again, the formula for getting the radius is different. So it will be the radius is equals to 5,729.58 over the degree, which is the 4.5 degree. So after dividing it, you will get the value of 1,273.24. So for getting the OA is equals to 5 cos 25 degree 25 minutes, and you will get the value of 4.516. And again, for getting the length of curve, P is equals to LC squared 24 over 24 RC. So we are finding the we have the value already of P, and we are finding the value of LC. So kailangan ilabas natin si LC sa formula. So it will be LC squared is equals to P 24 RC. So put the value in there in the formula. So after computing, you will get the value of LC is equals to 371.482. And for the SC naman is, our formula is SC is equals to LC 108 degree over 2 RC pi. So again, our value of LC is 371.482, and for the radius is 1,273.24, and after calculating it, you will get the value of 8 degrees 21 minutes 30.03 seconds. And for the IC naman is IC is equals to angle of intersection minus 2SC. So put the value and compute it, and you will get the answer of IC is equals to 34 degree 6 minutes 59.94 seconds. And for the number 2, compute the tangent distance TS of the spiral curve. So again, XC over 4 is equals to P, and this equals to 4.516. So TS is equals to LC over 2 plus the radius plus the XC over 4 tan angle of intersection, or I, over 2. O again, substitute the value. LC, the length of curve, is 371.482. The RC is 1,273.24, and for XC 4, or the P, is equals to 4.516, and the tan I over 2 will be 25 degree 25 minutes. So after calculating it, after computing, you will get the answer of TS is equals to 792.909 feet. So for number 3, what is the maximum velocity that a car could pass through the curve without skidding? So LC is equals to 0.036 b cubed over the RC. So again, substitute the given value. So LC is 371.482 is equals to 0.036 b cubed over the R, or the radius, which is the 1,273.24, and after calculating it, you will get the answer of velocity is equals to 235.966. So for the chord basis metric system, number 1 is determine the central angle of the new circular curve. So Again, we're going to use the different formula, use the formula for the chord basis metric system to get the radius. Again, radius is equals to 10 over sin a degree over 2. So again, substitute the given degree, which is the 4.5 degree, and after substituting, compute it, and you will get the answer of 254.713. And for the OA, it will be still the same, the value, which is a 4.516. So for the length of curve or LC, we will use the P is equals to LC squared over 24R. So LC ulit nang hinahanap, ilalabas ulit natin siya sa formula para siya makita natin. So it will be LC squared is equals to P 24 by RC. So substitute the given or the value. It will be LC squared is equals to 4.516 24 and 254.713, which is the R. And after computing that, you will get the LC is equals to 166.227 meters. And for the SC is equals to LC 180 degree over the 2 RC phi. So again, get the value and substitute it. So our LC is 166.227, and for the RC or the radius is 254.713. So if you compute it, you will get the answer of 18 degree 41 minutes 44.73 seconds. So for the IC you will be minusing the I or the angle of intersection minus 2 and SC. So substitute again the value. It will be IC is equals to 50 degree 51 minutes minus 2 by 18 degree 41 minutes 44.73 seconds. And after computing that, you will get the answer of IC is equals to 13 degree 26 minutes 30.54 seconds. So for number 2, compute the tangent distance TS of the spiral curve. So XC over 4 is equals to P, and P is equals to 4.516. So again, substitute. Here is the formula. So TS is equals to LC over 2 plus RC radius plus XC over 4, and tan angle of intersection over 2. Substitute the value, and it will be TS is equals to 166.227 over 2 plus 254.713 as the radius, and XC or P is 4.516, and the tan 25 degree and 25 minutes. And after computing that, you will get the answer of TS is equals to 206.298 meters. So for number 3 of chord basis metric system, what is the maximum velocity that a car could pass through the curve without skidding? So again, LC is equals to 0.036 B cube over the RC. So substitute the value. The value of LC is 166.227 equals to 0.036 B cube over the RC, which is the 254.713, and it will be velocity is equals to 105.556. And for the chord basis English system, number 1, determine the central angle of the new circular curve. So ulit, pag nagbabago tayo ng basis at system, mababago rin yung formula para makuha natin yung radius at degree. So our formula for chord basis English system is R is equals to 50 over sin degree over 2. So again, substitute the given, the degree, which is the 4.5 degree. After substituting, compute it, and you will get the answer of 1,273.567. And for the OA is equals to 5 cos 25 degree 95 minutes. So this will be remain the same answer, which is the 4.516. So going to the LC, again our LC formula is LC squared is equals to P 24RC. So LC squared is equals to 4.516, which is the P by 24, and RC, which is the 1273.567. So after computing it, you will get the answer of 371.529. So the next one is SC. So to get SC, our formula is SC is equals to LC 180 degree over the 2RC pi. So again, substitute the given or the value to the formula, and you will get the answer of SC is equals to 8 degree 21 minutes 26.11 seconds. So going to IC, so the formula for IC is I minus 2SC. So the value of our I, or angle of intersection, is 50 degree and 50 minutes minus the 8 degree 21 minutes 26.11 seconds. So after computing that, you will get the answer of IC is equals to 34 degree 76 minutes 7.78 seconds. So for number 2, compute the tangent distance TS of spiral curve. So XC over 4 is equals to P, and P is equals to 4.516. So our formula is TS is equals to LC over 2 plus RC plus XC over 4, or the P, and tan angle of intersection over 2. So after substituting and computing, you will get the answer of TS is equals to 206.298 feet. And for the number 3 of chord basis English system, what is the maximum velocity that a car could pass through the curve without skidding? So our formula is LC is equals to 0.036 V cube over RC. So substitute the value. Our LC is 371.529, and our R is 1273.567. And if you substitute it and compute, you will get the answer of velocity is equals to 235.996. So we're going to solve the last curve, which is the parabolic, and my problem is from problem 358. By the way, it is asymmetrical. So let's get started. A vertical summit parabolic curve has a vertical offset of 0.375 meters from the curve to the grid tangent at station 10 plus 0.50. The curve has a slope of 4% and negative 2% grids intersecting at the PJ. The offset distance of the curve at PI is equals to 1.5 meter. The stationing of the PC is at 10 plus 000. So for number 1, compute the required length of curve. Number 2, compute the horizontal distance of the vertical curve turning point from the point of intersection of the grids. Number 3, compute the elevation of the vertical curve turning point if the elevation of PT is 86.42 meters. So for the number 1, compute the required length of the curve. By the way, we are using symmetrical metric system. So y over 50 squared is equals to h over L over 2 squared. So again, substitute the given. Our y is 0.375, as you can see on the illustration. So our h is 1.5, and also substitute that to the formula, and after computing, you will get the L, or the length, is 200 meters. For the number 2, compute the horizontal distance of the vertical curve turning point from the point of intersection of the grids. So S1 is equals to G1 L over the G1 minus G2. The value of G1 is 0.04, and for the value of G2 is 0.02, as it is given in the problem. So after substituting you will compute and you will get the answer of S1, which is the 133.333 meters. And for the number 3, compute the elevation of the vertical curve turning point if the elevation of PT is 86.42 meters. So our formula is y over 66.67 squared equals to 1.5 over 100 squared. So you will get the value of y, which is the 0.666, and for the elevation of A is equals to 86.42 plus 66.67 multiplied by 0.02 minus 0.67. So if you compute that, you will get the answer of elevation A is equals to 87.083. For the symmetrical English system, so number 1, compute the required length of curve. So y over 50 squared is equals to h over L over 2 squared. So the value of our y is now 1.230 over 50 squared. So ang h naman natin is 4.922. So bakit tumaas? Pag mag-English system tayo sa symmetrical or unsymmetrical, we will multiply the all given meters to 3.281. Balik tayo din sa answer. So, ang magiging answer natin is L is equals to 200.020 feet. So, feet na ulit kasi English system na. So, for the number 2 of symmetrical English system, so, hindi ko na ulit babasahin yung tanong. So, S1 is equals to G1L over the G1 minus G2. So, value of G1 natin is 0.04 at value ng G2 is 0.02. So, after substituting it to the formula, we'll get the answer of S1 is equals to 133.347 feet. So, for the number 3, compute the elevation of the vertical curve turning point if the elevation of PT is 86.42 meters. So our formula for y is y over 66.67 squared is equals to 4.92 over 100 squared. So if you compute that, you will get the answer of y equals to 2.188. So for the elevation of A, we'll plus the 283.544 plus the 66.67 multiplied by 0.02 minus the 2.188 or the y. So after computing it, you will get the answer of elevation of A is equals to 282.289 feet. So we are now in the last problem, which is the parabolic curve unsymmetrical. So this problem is also came from Basabila, but I revised it. So let's get started. An unsymmetrical parabolic curve has a forward tangent of 11% and a back tangent of positive 8%. The length of the curve on the left side of the curve is 60 meters long, while that on the right is 80 meters long. The PC is the station of 6 plus 780 and has an elevation of 130 meters. An outcrop is found at station 6 plus 820 has an elevation is 128.40 meters. So number 1 is compute the height to fill needed to cover the outcrop. So number 2, compute the elevation of the curve at station 6 plus 820. So number 3, compute the elevation of the highest point of curve. So for number 1 of unsymmetrical metric system, compute the height to fill needed to cover the outcrop. So our formula is 2h over L1 is equals to L1, L2 multiplied by G1 minus G2 over L1 plus L2. So again, substitute the given. After substituting the given to the formula, you will get the h, which is the 1.560. So to get the y naman is our formula is h over 60 squared equals to y1 over 20 squared. So again, substitute all the value to the formula and we get the y equals to 1.560 multiplied by 20 squared over 60 squared. So you will get the answer of y is equals to 0.173. So to get the elevation of b, we will plus the 130 plus 0.08 multiplied by 20 minus y. So our y is 0.173, and if you compute all that, you will get the answer of elevation of b is equals to 131.427 meters. So to get the depth of the fill at the outcrop, we must minus the elevation of b and 128.40. So our elevation of b is 131.427 minus 128.40 is equals to 3.027 meters. So for number 2, compute the elevation of the curve at station 6 plus 820. Elevation of c is equals to 130 plus 60 multiplied by 0.08 minus h. Our value of h is 1.560. So if you put that to the formula and compute, you will get the answer of elevation of c is equals to 133.24 meters. So for the number 3, compute the elevation of the highest point of curve. So S1 is equals to G1 L1 squared. So over 2H. So lagay ulit natin yung mga value nila. So para sa G1 is 0.08. Sa L1 is 60 squared over 2 times 1.560, which is yung H. So after computing that, you will get the answer of 92.308. So para naman sa formula sa y, h is equal over to 60 squared is equals to y2 over 92.308 squared. So nahanap natin yung y, so ilalabas natin siya para maging y is equals to 1.560 multiplied by 92.308 squared over 60 squared. So after we compute that, we will get the answer of 3.692. So to get the elevation of E naman is 130 plus 0.08 multiplied by S1 minus y. So our S1 is 92.308 and our y is 3.692. So if we put that to the formula and compute, you will get the elevation of E is equals to 133.693 meters. So for the unsymmetrical English system, so all of the given meters in the problem will be multiplied by 3.281. So let's get started. So to get the h, our formula is h is equals to L1 L2 multiplied by G1 minus G2 over 2 multiplied by L1 plus L2. So if we lagay natin yung mga value at kinompute, si h ay makuha natin at ito ay magiging 5.118. So to get the y naman is, our formula is y is equals to 5.118 multiplied by 20 squared over 196.86 squared. So after we compute ulit, makuha ulit natin si y bilang 0.053. So to get the elevation of b naman, we must add the 426.53 plus 0.08 multiplied by 20 minus y or 0.053. So after we compute, we will get the answer of elevation of b is equals to 428.077 meters. So to get the depth of fill at the outcrop, so we must minus the elevation of b and 421.280. So 428.077 minus 421.280. So ang makukuha natin sagot doon is 6.797 feet. So for number 2, compute the elevation of curve at station 6 plus 820. So elevation of C is equals to 426.53 plus 196.86 multiplied by 0.08 minus the h, or 5.118. So if we compute, we'll get the answer of elevation of C is equals to 437.161. So for unsymmetrical metric system number 3, for the last number is compute the elevation of the highest point of curve. So again, S1 is equals to G1 L1 squared, so over 2H. So again, substitute all the value, and after computing it, you will get the answer of S1 is equals to 302.883. So to get the Y naman is Y is equals to 505.118 multiplied by 302.883 over 196.86 squared. So, makakuha natin doon pag kinompute natin lahat is Y is equals to 12.115. So, kukunin naman natin is elevation of E. So, elevation of E is equals to 426.53 plus 0.08 S1, or the 302.883 minus the Y, which is the 12.115. So, if we compute that, our elevation of E will be 434.646 feet. And that's all po. Thank you for listening, and this is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much po, sir.